Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Lisa L. Campbell, the Growth Motivator. I'm back with another book review. So today is October 21st, 2025. But last week, I introduced you to two individuals, Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy. And I introduced you to this book called Who, Not How. Now, something that I really failed to mention, and it occurred to me as I was preparing for this review, is that Dan Sullivan, who is the founder of Strategic Coach, actually had all this information in his head, right? And had tried several times to write a book. But it wasn't until he got a who, which is Dr. Benjamin Hardy, it wasn't until that time period that they met that his book was released for all of us to enjoy. Also, fun fact, during this time, Dr. Benjamin Hardy was working on his doctorate degree. So, just really wanted to show you as I go through these 5 or 6 books over the next couple of weeks. I really want you to see how they weren't just talking about these strategies, they were actually living them. All right, on to today's book. So, today's book, and watch out for these two words, the two G's, the gap and the gain. The High Achiever's Guide to Happiness, Confidence, and Success. And here is, I guess you would call like the subtitle or the memo for this book. Redefine success by measuring progress, not perfection. Progress over perfection. So in this book, Dan Sullivan, Dr. Hardy, they deliver this, what I felt like was a very refreshing perspective on achievement and fulfillment. This book challenges the traditional way that high performers measure success. And you're probably thinking, well, how is that? Well, think about us looking at other people's Facebook, LinkedIn page, TikTok page, and you're seeing all the things that they're doing. And so we are essentially comparing ourselves to this ever moving ideal. They refer to it as the gap. And the book teaches us how to find lasting happiness by focusing on you, focusing on how far you've come. That's the game. And as I was reading this, I really had to put it into perspective, as a way for me to understand it. And I said, the gap is them, the gain is me. In the book, they walk us through these powerful mindset shifts, practical applications, and they reveal over and over and over again that success is not about chasing perfection, but by celebrating your own progress, your own growth, and gratitude. Guys, this is something that really, and I get emotional thinking about it because it is very easy to get caught up in somebody else's highlight reel and think that you're behind. You're not behind. You are right where you are supposed to be. This is a must read book for leaders, entrepreneurs, but anyone striving for success and excellence without sacrificing joy. All right, let me get into my 5 growth focused takeaways. Number 1, measure backward, not forward. What does that mean? You know the word, the gap that I use? The gap happens when you measure yourself against the ideas or the success of others. The gain happens when you measure progress against your past self, building confidence and momentum. When you focus on you and what you have accomplished, that takes the other people out of your space. Number two, perfectionism steals joy. I remember when I first started my podcast, 52 Authors, 52 Weeks. I started recording these videos for book reviews, and I would be 5 minutes into recording, and I would be like, "Oop, I made a mistake. I have to start over." This is why number two is important. Perfectionism steals your joy. High achievers often focus on what's missing instead of looking at what is right in front of you, what's improving. Recognizing progress fosters satisfaction, resilience, and mental clarity. I have been on a mission to have mental clarity over everything that I do and I say. Number three, growth. No, gratitude is a growth strategy. Gratitude transforms your perspective by consistently reflecting on your gains. You train your brain to see progress instead of problems, leading to greater optimism and creativity. Number four, success without peace isn't success. Success without peace isn't success. Living in the gap, living in the gap creates stress and burnout. Living in the gain builds that inner peace, sustainable motivation, allowing you to grow from a place of wholeness. And as I'm reviewing this book with you today, I'm just I'm talking to myself. I'm reminding myself that just because you see XYZ doing XYZ, it doesn't mean that they're further along than you. Focus on your own race, focus on your own journey. Number five, the gain mindset builds confidence and relationship. For leaders, listen, the gain mindset encourages you to celebrate your wins. And watch this, not only just your wins, but the wins of others. Doing so creates psychological safety, collaboration, and trust within teams. This book, just like the last one, and it just so happens that I made the decision to review these books by these gentlemen back to back because I felt it was needed. This book, The Gap and the Gain, flips traditional goal setting and puts it upside down on its head. Instead of chasing endless benchmarks, it teaches us to find confidence and motivation in our journeys. By applying this mindset, you'll not only achieve more, but you'll feel great while you're doing it. For me, reading The Gap in the Gain reminded me growth is not about what's left to do. It's about how far I've already come. Shifting my focus from the gap to the gain has changed how I reflect on progress and celebrate milestones and find gratitude mm, in the process, not just the outcome. Here's my call to action for you today. Take a moment to measure your gains. What progress have you made personally, professionally, over the last year? Celebrate that growth, no matter how small, and start living in the gain and not the gap. This has been Dr. Lisa L. Campbell with another weekly book review. Don't forget to scan the QR code to get a copy of my book list. Also, don't forget to check out 52 Authors, 52 Weeks, which streams every Saturday morning, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. Until next time, I want to see you in the game. Forget that gap.